Young Washington. This movie is directed by a guy named John Irwin, who in the past has directed some biography Christian movies that I've really enjoyed in the past, such as I Can Only Imagine and I Still Believe, among a couple others. So naturally, I was very excited to see what he would do here. Very interested too, because while he's done some biopics in the past, he's never really touched on really high-profile people like of the stature of George Washington. Which is exactly what this is. This is the upbringing of a young George Washington, played by William Franklin Miller, which is a very interesting concept, and I was very interested to see it because, yes, we've got movies that kind of touch on George Washington's presidency and stuff like that, but nothing that really goes into kind of what made him the man that he became, and really started it all, just because of the very few facts that there is, but they finally made a movie about it, so the hype was real on this one for me. And I, I don't think I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't think this is a really good biopic. But before I get into why, let's get into a few of my positives. Because yes, there are a couple. Like William Franklin Miller as young Washington. He's very good as being George Washington. Very good at bringing that demanding presence, and just really believable as this really wannabe soldier and leader. Also, Mary Louise Parker, Kelsey Grammer, Andy Serkis, and Ben Kingsley are in this movie, and well, Mary Louise Parker, Kelsey Grammer, Andy Serkis, Ben Kingsley are all very good. Therefore, they're also good in this movie. Also, I gotta point out, one of my biggest likes of this movie is the look of it. The cinematography, the lighting, it really brings the colonial times to life, especially the war sequences in here. It amps up the brutality and kind of the realistic nature of it. They filmed a lot of this in real locations, and you can really feel that, and I really appreciated that. But unfortunately, that's kind of where my praises of the film has to stop, because I actually thought that the urgency regarding any plot points in this film were not really expanded upon, and they were rather glossed over and followed by heavy, overly cheesy exposition scenes. Which would be okay if the script put more care within the meat of the story being told here. But this movie within this movie, of course, did not really have me caring about any of these historical figures within anything they do. None of the things that they really do within this movie, or the situations they get themselves into, feels earned within this movie. It's because of how rushed certain plot points were. And two, I kind of thought this was a little repetitive, just because I felt like there was not a big plot structure within the film. And it kind of felt derivative of other biopics of this nature, just because of just how familiar it is and how rushed the plot points feel. So yeah, there are obviously good things in here and a story worth telling. Very interesting stuff I wish I went into more. But the execution of this, to put it bluntly, feels like a wounded soldier who just unfortunately couldn't win the fight. But of course, that's just what I think. What do you guys think of Young Washington? I know as I'm recording this, it has not come out yet. But if you have seen it, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts of the film, and also your hype anticipation for it. If you haven't seen it, I would love to hear all your thoughts in the comments, so we can have a nice discussion down below about the film. Also, if you have any movie suggestions for me, leave them while you're down there, so then maybe I can come back on here and tell you my opinion if a movie is worth watching or not. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you see. Hit that bell notification button after you subscribe to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.